So, welcome to the Australian Hypnosis Conference, everybody. My name is Trish Pellin, and I'm talking to Vicky Santiago at the moment. I think your last name is like the bomb. It is amazing. And Vicky is going to be talking about combining hypnosis and human design to maximize client results. Tell me more.
Sure. Well, I fell in love with human design several years ago.
Mhm.
For my own journey, I just found it really useful as a tool for reflection to get to know me and how
Oh,
I
yeah.
work best and my personality and to recognize my strengths and all those kinds of things.
Right.
And then it just became a natural progression that when I was working with people in the clinic or coaching people, that for example, to help them make a decision on something, I wanted to know what their human design profile was because I just knew that would help me to actually phrase my words and ask them to
Yes.
make a decision in a particular way that would really resonate with them.
Mhm.
So I just found it such a useful tool in the clinic with working with people. And I noticed that it would help me to like if I had like somebody that had a bit of a sticky problem, something they were, or when you ask somebody something and say, oh, I don't know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that just gave me some tools and some language to really have a new way of approaching that new way of questioning
Yeah.
to help them uncover what they actually did know.
Because that's something that my students ask me when they're like, "Oh, what if I do if the client keeps saying I don't know, I don't know, I don't know,"
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing. And human design helps with that. Like it kind of takes away the ambiguity, wouldn't you say, and makes it more specific.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So, for example, there's sort of five main energy types in human design. It's one of the first things that you learn. And coming with that, each type has a different strategy. So, for me, I'm what's called a generator, which means that the best way for me to make a decision is to listen to my gut.
Oh,
So, if I'm
yes.
working with a generator, then I know when they say, I don't know, the question is simply, well, what's your gut telling you?
Right.
So, it's
Yeah.
getting out of them, out of their head and into their body, right?
Yeah. Because my partner in particular, he's like a processor. So he doesn't, you ask him a question and you have to wait. That's it.
Mm,
There you,
interesting.
you have to wait. Where me, you ask me a question, I'm just like blah, and I'm done. Ask him to get. We need a new bug zapper at the moment. Ask him to get a new bug zapper. Well, he's going to research every single bug zapper and then
Mm-hmm.
find the best one for the area and all this sort of stuff. I would have just bought one
Yeah.
for $10 from Kmart. Like, I don't care as long as it zaps bugs. And that's something that I've
Yeah.
had to learn with him and his design to ask a
Mm-hmm.
question and then just leave and go and do the dishes or something. Because
Yeah.
when I get that job done, he might have processed it. So, and
Yeah. Interesting.
I think a lot of therapists also can kind of get stuck on wanting the instant answer
Mm-hmm.
as well when there's people that work in different energy levels. So that's absolutely fascinating, Dale. How long have you been doing this for?
As I say, it's been a progression really of me learning it, loving it, and playing with it myself, and then beginning just over time, just using it with my clients. So it's been probably about a year that I've been really mindful about
Wow.
wanting to know, like asking part of my pre-talk and everything, like what is your design? Let me find this out before we even start
And
working
it really
together.
levels you up and create that better connection as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's ultimately at the end of the day, it's about discovering who we really are and what's right for us, and also the piece of giving ourselves permission to be that way. And
Yes,
that's the work we do in
yes,
hypnosis, right?
yeah.
But human design, as I say, is a great tool for reflection, but also to give ourselves permission, right? Because we're combating all those shoulds, all that conditioning that we've grown up with. And actually, here's something saying something different,
Yeah, and it can
something that
also help
resonates.
decipher those things. Like I'm just
Mm,
talking from a personal perspective now. So all of those gunner things where you like the idea of it but not the reality of it. Is that right?
yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm one of those people. I'm like, oh, I love that idea, but I don't want to do the work.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And
Uh,
and for me, again, there's another part of it for which I really recognize for myself is that I have 50 million ideas.
mm,
And a big eye-opening part for me was realizing that actually part of my journey with my design is that I'm supposed to have all these ideas, but they're not actually all for me to take action on. So it was really liberating to be able to actually let go of the shoulds about I've had this idea and then beating myself up because I haven't done anything
Yeah, so that'd be so much more relaxing for you then. Now, just for some context, guys, Vicky is going through floods at the moment, so if the internet has dropped out, that's probably why.